Welcome back, everybody, to an exciting episode of Everything Horror Podcast. I am your host tonight, Paul Doski, with the lovely fiance,
Tessa Baker.
and we are talking about Wake Dead. If you do not know Wake Dead, well, then you should be fired right now because you should know
How dare you not know what Lake Dead is?
Wake Dead is a 2007 eight film to die for.
Horror film.
Films, yeah.
Yeah, horror film.
I'm trying to think like a franchise series, whatever it was. Um, So yeah, we're gonna talk about Like Dead because we got none other than the writer himself, Daniel P. Coughlin, followed by you may know him at the end of the movie as the doomed teenager number 2, Ryan Coughlin, and then you got the infamous Kane from the film. I already forgot the last name. Kane Lake or something like that. So Kane, Trevor can correct me there, but Trevor.
Kane Lake.
Yes, Kane Lake. Trevor Torseth. That how you say your last name?
You just nailed it.
All right. I wanted to
Yay!
make sure because I was like, oh boy. But yeah, welcome back, Daniel and Ryan, and welcome to the first time Trevor. Yay!
Thanks for having
Yeah.
us.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So for those of you that may or may not have listened to the Ditch Day episode, which you probably did, which that was pretty fun as hell last time, but we're gonna do it again anyway. Daniel and Ryan, you guys can say a little bit about yourself this time if you want, or if you want to, you can just say nothing and say that the voices inside me have told me that the lawsuit is told me no or something. And then Trevor,
You can always draw straws and decide who goes first.
Yeah, you can always draw straws, and whoever's got the longest can go.
I'm a horrible artist. I can't draw anything.
I think the one with the shortest should go first.
All right,
I'll go. I'll do it.
Pick me, pick me.
Did you say it was my turn? Oh my
Yes.
God.
I think.
How'd
I
you
don't
know?
know. It's almost shriveling up and going back inside.
Oh, jeez.
My balls have yet to drop. But I'm Daniel P. Coughlin, writer of Lake Dead, had a blast writing it. I've also written Farmhouse, Ditch Day Massacre, and a handful of novels, mostly horror. I love the horror. I live in Southern California with my wife, my dog, my kid, and I got a cat too. I like long walks in the park, shoving Ritalin up my ass.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Sounded like a true creeper right there.
That's
Amazing.
perfect. That's beautiful.
We need to end the episode right now. You can't be topped.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Ryan. What do you got, buddy?
Nothing that good. I'm Ryan Coughlin. I'm a mild-mannered man and a raging lunatic, all bottled into one little mason jar. Also from Watertown, Wisconsin, and I'm a writer, and I've written a few screenplays on spec, and then one that got produced with Daniel P. Coughlin called Ditch Day Massacre. That's completing its run, and a few books. And I live in San Diego with my wife and 2 sons, and try my best to behave.
That's always a plus. And finally, Trevor.
Trevor Torseth, 6'3", 250 pounds, blue eyes, shoulder length, wavy hair.
Aquarius.
I enjoy walking on the beach as well in San Diego, so this didn't work out well. I'm a Midwestern boy like these two guys. I think everybody's going to detect our accents by the time this is over. I grew up on the border of Canada and Minnesota. I've been in Los Angeles for 17 years. I live with my girlfriend, Jamie. We've been together for 15 years. We have 2 dogs, and we're right here in the heart of Hollyweird. Well, not really, but
Paul
Close enough.
Tessa, he is really he's dreamy. that wavy hair.
Oh, I've seen
I can send some
his
photos.
videos. I've seen what he kind of looks like too on wine, which is fine. I mean, he got that one. Speaking of which, Trevor, you do that band too.
Oh
The
yeah, I've got a
Rollaway.
band called the Rollaways. Yeah, the Rollaways. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And you did that one video after you had some wine, I think it was. Like she doesn't need you anymore or something like that. Or
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah.
oh my
Well,
God.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Facebook's gonna be the death of me. I can tell you that much right now.
Oh boy.
Too much information is out there, so I try to watch that. But every once in a while, the wine gets to me, and I feel like I have to share it.
There's nothing
That would be
wrong
one
with
of those
that.
nights.
It is. It's a great platform for embarrassment.
It really,
The Facebook.
really,
How we met
truthfully
you.
is.
So Trevor, since you're
Hmm.
the only one, I think, because I'm pretty sure we told it to Daniel and Ryan. If not, and if they don't remember, then we'll tell them it again. And anyway, but for you, Trevor, as well. So Tessa and I, even though we're very much in the love of the horror genre and stuff, but we actually met in a what do I want to call it? Very weird and interesting horror massacre way. Putting it lightly. Um, so the story behind
Did it
us.
involve a ball gag?
No,
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 not quite,
Sorry.
not quite that kinky and dark, but
no. I
Anal beads.
no.
no, no, but
Stop giving away our secrets.
yeah, stop it, stop it.
Okay, anyways.
So a friend of ours was doing a photo shoot one day, and she was trying to do like her own like Faces of Death thing, and I was supposed to be doing that before she moved off to Virginia at the time. So this was also Tessa's first day, the same day that I was going to be doing the Faces of Death.
It was my first ever photo shoot as a model.
And
Oh.
so she does her little thing like
I
with
do my photo shoot with Allison, who's the photographer.
yeah,
And then I come and I hang out with Paul. This was my first time ever meeting Paul too. I come and hang out with Paul and Allison and her
fiance.
her fiance and her dad and a couple other people. And Paul is trying to figure out what to do for his Faces of Death shoot because he was originally going to get murdered out in the snow with the rain washed it all away. He was supposed to get murdered with an axe. So couldn't do it outside. Allison's like, well, why don't we do it inside in the bathroom? And then she goes, well, who's gonna kill Paul? And I said, I'll do it. Pick me. I will do it. I will murder him. Where's my weapon? And Paul's like, well, here's my battle axe. This is the murder weapon. And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, it's like
Love at first chop.
Exactly. My weapon was like a double
Bladed
bladed
fantasy battle axe.
yeah,
Yeah.
battle axe. Yeah, and this thing is pretty big for a fantasy battle axe.
So I ended up being Paul's murderess. I murdered him in the bathtub with his battle axe.
While I was
Blood-
sleeping in the bathtub.
Blood everywhere. And I had blood up my arms, blood all over the walls, blood all over Paul, just blood everywhere. It was just a big, beautiful, bloody mess.
Where can we see these photos? I mean,
We can send them to you. Actually,
They are on our Facebook.
we have them on our Facebook. Paul can also send it to you through a text or through Facebook Messenger. I actually have our first
when Pornhub's just not getting it done anymore.
That's
I hear
correct.
that.
We need something more permanent.
So I actually took the first picture of us as me being his murderess, and I framed it, and that was like the first picture that we had taken together.
That's pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, Paul and I, we exchanged Facebook information. We became friends on Facebook, and over 6 months' time, we became best friends. We became really close, like thick as thieves, because we had so much in common. And then like 6 months down the road, we decided to meet again and see each other in person after not seeing each other since that fateful day.
And then see what happened from there, pretty much.
And pretty much we realized that we had a lot of chemistry and we were really, really great together, and things just kind of took off from there, and we decided to be the creepy couple and be together.
Yep.
How long's that now?
Almost 2 years.
There
Yep.
you go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we got crowned the creepy couple just because of how we first met. Because every time we tell people that, they're just like, "That's creepy," and it's just like, "What?"
And in November of this year, Paul proposed to
Last
me.
year.
That last year, Paul proposed to
Yeah,
me.
there you go.
That's right.
What
Good
did you
work.
propose?
Good work.
That's right. All right, let's get the show on the road. All right, Daniel, for the
Let's
first
fuck.
question. The first question, buddy. What inspired the writing of Lake Dead?
I think I'm a horror nut like you. I grew up watching Michael Myers and Halloween and Friday the 13th, Last House on the Left, Evil Dead, all that stuff, Dario Argento. So I just wanted to write something that paid homage to my favorite 80s slasher stuff. So I wanted to write my own beautiful, handsome people go camping in the woods and get slaughtered by inbred redneck assholes. And luckily, I had a blast writing it, and then we had a good time shooting it, and it was just a success all around.
That's
And
awesome.
yes, I don't know if the pictures do him justice, but Trevor is like he looks like he plays for the Minnesota Vikings. So yeah, you and Christian were both menacing. So it was neat to have you guys pummeling and beating the shit out of everybody, and it was a great time.
Yeah,
It was.
speaking of which, we had a hard time telling you two apart. Just saying.
Yep.
We're
Yeah,
like,
no,
is
that
that
that was
him?
a
Is that him?
that was an ongoing kind of deal. I think there was even a crediting issue at one point. Um, Somewhere along the line, I think it was crossed, and I think it even said at one point that I played Abel. So you're not alone.
Well, I noticed too when we were watching last night because we were just like, okay, well, we got a day to watch this film again to refresh our memory. And one thing I noticed with subtitles on in the end credit is that Kane, the name Kane was spelled two different ways. So I didn't know which one was the correct way. So I was just like, okay, this is interesting.
Just a
But
typo. Just a
yeah,
typo.
that's what I would
It would
go.
not Dan's typo either. That
No,
would be
I
someone
didn't
else's
do it.
responsibility.
I did not.
All right. Well, here you go, Trevor. So, how did you get the role of Kane anyway?
Well, God, man,
Through a fucking table.
there was a table. It was you and Jason, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we watched that footage. Everybody was like, "Yeah, he's our guy."
That's that's so cool. That was basically the first thing I really ever booked. I mean, I think I'd done a couple like nothing things, and I remember going in that room, and I remember that was at the is it the CNN building on?
Yep, top
Yeah.
floor, CNN building.
Yeah, and I go there a lot because it's either there's two buildings that are real similar right there. It's either the CNN building, but Elaine Craig. I do a lot of voiceover work, and Elaine Craig casting studios there. So I get back there a lot, and the memories are always kind of flooding. But I remember getting that appointment and going up there and walking in that room, and it was like a conference room, right, Daniel?
Yes.
It was, and you guys were sitting on the end of the table, and I was like, well, I guess I better just go for this. And I think, there was something about a cat. I mean, I can't remember my lines, let alone yesterday. So I don't know if I'm getting all this right, but I think you guys had me like stalk and kill a cat or something, and I was just,
You let it rip.
that's what us goofy actors do, man. We just pretend.
There you go.
I think you traumatized Jason a little bit. I think.
I'm sure he's okay now, right? I hope.
Yes.
No.
he's fine.
I haven't seen that guy in years.
He's still short.
You, you guys working together still?
No. He's like a lab technician now.
Oh, really? Out of
Plays with semen and blood all day.
Oh, wow. We should get him on the horn.
Yeah, he can talk. He's a fun guy. We should have had him call in. That would have been fun. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while.
That would maybe one day we can all just chat.
How many times you guys done this? This is the second time?
Yes.
Yep.
Second.
For Ryan and I, yeah.
Yep.
Well, so wait a second now. So you guys all know it? How did y'all get connected?
I'll start this one.
Long.
Well, it's not really that long, but so I found Ditch Day on Instagram from like a sponsor or something, and I noticed it was on Amazon Prime. Me and Tessa watched it one day, and we're just like, if it's good, do you think we should like message them and see like maybe if they would like to do an interview? And by the way, Trevor, to put it on the record again, Daniel and Ryan and Megan were our first ever interview, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And I think Daniel, Ryan, and I think Megan, I know one of them said something about this was also like their first time doing like a podcast or something like that. So it was new for all of us in a way. So that kind of helped tone down the, oh my God, like can we do this kind of thing? Like, are we ready to do this kind of thing? So that's how we all met, kind of.
It was a crescendoing cherry pop.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, I'm feeling more confident now that I heard that this is only the second time you guys have done this. So, or not necessarily you and Tessa, but Ryan and Dan have only done this one at a time.
Yeah, no.
Right now, Trevor, you sound better than both of us.
You do.
I sound
very
better?
distinct. You got a distinct, polished voice, well enunciated.
I do this for a living, so hopefully it'll pay off at some point.
Just don't say about or Minnesota.
How many times have I said it? When I listen back, I'm sure I'll hear it 1,000 times.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Grab a road soda.
Don't worry
We're going
about
to Farming Fleet.
This has really been special now.
No, yeah. It's been great. So, yeah, anyways.
The Lake Dead. Let's talk about Lake. Are we here to talk about Lake Dead or Lake Death? Because I just saw that there's a Lake Death movie. Has anybody seen it?
Yeah, total ripoff. It was like they just found the script online and reshot it.
Are you
really
kidding?
Yeah, George, the director, got a hold of me when he found out about that and said, yeah, dude, it's the same concept, like clearly ripped off, but I don't know, you guys take that as a compliment.
They're standing
we were
on
good
the
enough
shoulders
to
of
steal.
great men.
Yes, that's right.
That's funny. I just saw it because I Googled Lake Dead and I just saw it.
That's weird.
Apparently that director that wrote and directed it, he's pretty much notorious for doing that.
Oh, his name is Creeperson.
Correct.
Are we not supposed to be giving shout outs to anybody else while we're doing our?
If you want to.
If you want to, feel free.
I think they hired Christian Stokes.
Oh, he was in it?
No. There's a guy that kind of looks like my shirt. They sure as hell didn't call me.
Fair enough.
Anyways, fair enough. What about Farmhouse, man? I still haven't even seen that.
Oh, that turned out fantastic.
I gotta check that out, man. I'm gonna write that down right now.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you for your for the copy that you sent us. That after I watched it, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. I guess it was like, I think it was on Netflix or something. I'm like, I don't know.
It was on Netflix a long time ago.
That's probably where I've seen it.
And it would have got a better distribution deal. I think there was some kind of a court case that revolved around the CEO of the company. And I believe, I think the movie ended up an asset or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Harvey Weinstein wanted it, Showtime wanted it for an Showtime original movie, and then After Dark Films wanted it too, and they ended up going with Monarch Home Entertainment, which is fine. They do good movies, and we were just happy it came out. But I know that it was supposed to go some other places. But yeah, you remember Mike Carkay?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's in jail.
What?
Yeah,
Did he get in a little trouble?
he hit 27 years.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa. That's no joke.
no. I always he treated me fair. He gave me my break. It was interesting.
Man, you came out pretty well on that deal too. I mean, that was a pretty special thing, man. I remember just thinking, wow, this, I mean, it's no small feat breaking into this business and making a couple movies and having having someone take your writing and not to make two of them.
Yeah, that was, dude. We were. I got paid for Lake Dead too, and there was a script. It was going into production when Mike Carkay got arrested.
Oh, you're kidding me. I had no idea.
Yeah, you were about to get a phone call. They had the DP back. They had George back. They had the script for me. Doom Teenager number 2 was gonna. You actually had a name. You were gonna be in there.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it couldn't happen.
Oh, that's just heartbreaking, man. I mean, that was my chance to be Mike Myers, Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, dude, they were talking about put ideas together for part 3 and 4.
Oh my god!
They wanted to run it out. I think After Dark Films may have been on board too.
Oh, are we talking like the After Dark now, or are we talking like Dead, that like the 3 and 4 now? Like, is that what?
Yeah, they were gonna go with a 3 and 4, but it fell apart. And broke my heart.
Oh my god, I can only imagine, brother.
Oh, that got to be a nightmare.
Well, there's still hope. My hair's still the same color. I haven't gone gray yet.
That's right. I know. I see. I saw you on American Horror Story.
Yeah.
I saw that movie.
Boom.
You shot what was the movie you shot in Wisconsin?
Oh, it was a friend of mine from college wrote that. Kathy Limbo. That's that movie was called No Names.
No Names. Yes. And the other actor you had in there, I forget his name.
James Badge Dale.
Yeah, the dude that was in Gremlins.
Yeah. Oh. That was you're thinking of Trail of Blood.
Yes.
Blood.
Yes.
Trail of Blood. Yeah. Bob Picardo.
Yeah, he was from Wisconsin too, I think.
Is he?
I believe so.
Yeah, Robert. I got to call him Bob. I made me feel so special. He was such a cool guy. You meet all these people. I really had the privilege of working with some. It's always the guys that have been around for a while. Like, I always think of my experience with Mark Harmon was so cool on NCIS. These guys. Scott Bakula was my first experience on Chuck, and I remember he was so. They're just absolutely, genuinely nice to everybody, and I remember thinking to myself, I wonder if they were always like this, because even when I worked with both Mark and Scott, they'd been working in TV forever, but I remember thinking, I wonder if they were ever assholes, and learned from those mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. I'm not saying that they were ever assholes, but they were just so genuinely nice and so knew who everybody was on set, and it wasn't fake. It was just real.
Did you ever just think of asking them, like, hey, were you ever an asshole?
I don't see.
I must have been an asshole because I haven't worked with them again, so I haven't. But maybe the next time around I'll think.
Good old Mark Hart, dude. Summer School was like one of my favorite movies ever.
There you go. I mean, come on, it's classic. And I mean, you and I are the same age, right? What are you, 44 now? 43?
I turned 40 in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so you're older than me. I'm only 35.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do I look 43? Crap.
Yes. No. God, no.
No, you do.
No, you look
Two
like
at
you're in your
least.
30s.
I always
I was
thought you
good.
kind of looked like Brett Favre.
40 is the new 8.
40
There
to
you
new age.
go. There you go. Now you just need to grow that mustache in if you're 8, so that way you can still buy your booze.
That's right. My Jameson. Oh God, not touching that for a while.
It was a good one last night, huh?
Oh yes, American Legion.
Oh, you were a Marine, right?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
remember that.
Yeah, we had it was 3 Marines at the American Legion last night, and I mean we're all about 40, but we were clearly the youngest people in that building, and we just got sloppy drunk inside of a crowd of elderly people.
Have
But it
you
was just,
ever have you ever made it up to that VFW in Hollywood and checked that out?
no, but
Have you heard about that?
yeah, Brad Potts, who's also an actor, told me that I should go check that out.
I tell you what, if you come up here and if you do that, would you please call me and take a dance?
Yeah,
So you'd
no,
like
I was
me.
gonna say we all gotta hang out. Ryan, you remember the last time we saw Trevor was at the Cat and Fiddle on Sunset Boulevard. Remember?
Yep.
I
Oh, I
think we
must
ended
have
up
been
like
drunk.
wrestling around on the sidewalk at the end of the night.
I
Yeah.
do not recall that at all.
I
They
do, because
moved. The
Ryan and I
Cat
are
and Fiddle
walking,
moved.
and all of a sudden because you're a large person, and you
So are
just came
you.
up running up behind us and tackled us.
Oh my God, good times.
You win. You win.
No, I doubt it. Don't mess with them Coughlin boys. That's what they say in Wisconsin, I think.
That's right.
Those fuckers are feisty.
They'll give you AIDS.
Jesus.
Oh, fun.
Oh, man.
We haven't answered one question, I don't think.
Oh my God.
No,
Yeah. Hey,
we have-
Paul, you have
sorry,
a
dude. I told you I have
So-
ADHD. This is your fault, Paul.
question?
You're supposed to be
So-
moderating this.
So
You should be
Ryan.
ashamed of yourself.
So
I'll edit
Ryan.
it out. I'll edit it out.
So Ryan, how did you end up playing as the Doom Teenager number 2?
There were 9 rounds of auditions.
What?
No, I was like, hey man, my brother wrote this, so you got to throw me the nepotism bone here, right? And they said, yeah, come on board. No, I was working hard, trying to bust in as an actor at the time, and auditioned a little bit, and they said, cool, you're gonna be doomed, and maybe we'll open you up to a sequel. So it was just a matter of being understanding the genre and enjoying it and liking the movie, and just having that fun little finish of trying to put some blissfully ignorant people in there that have no idea what kind of endangerment they're about to walk into, and just kind of being clueless and being the likable idiot, and that's me. So I just had to show up and say a few words and basically be myself, and wear an orange sweatshirt, and I was in the door.
Nice.
Ryan, you're not a likable idiot. You're a lovable idiot.
Lovable.
So even though your role was short, Ryan, how did you like playing as the Doom Teenager number 2?
Well, I'm a method actor, so for years I walked around as the doomed teenager, and people were like, "What's wrong with you? And why are you still a teenager? And why are you so doomed?"
I remember seeing you constantly
ready for a movie.
I remember seeing you constantly laying around on set like you were dead. That's
This is what I'm about to become. Don't bother me. I'm in the zone.
Daniel.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a privilege to be. Anytime you're chosen and selected to be on that side of the camera, it's not easy. You have to earn it. You have to prove that you can be there, because there's a lot of people in line trying. I got the movie. I know Dan well, obviously, and what the intent for the movie was, and what kind of little spark plug at the end of the movie was supposed to be, and so it was fun.
There you go. And Daniel, you were supposedly a funeral attendee or something. Like I was watching it and I'm like, okay, he's supposedly here at the funeral, and it's just like I don't see him. So, but I saw in the credits you were a funeral attendee. So is that true?
Yeah, I was the good looking one with the blue shirt. And I had like like, oh, so stupid, but I had that you remember when people used to, like, what do you call it, bleach tips, the bleach
I
blonde
pointed
hair on
him out,
top.
remember?
Yeah,
I pointed him
was
out on the
I'm always
TV. I'm
fidgeting
like,
with my
look, there he
fingers,
is.
and I look stupid because I'm fingering, like, no, I'm not fingering anybody, but my fingers are just tapping around like I didn't take my Ritalin that day.
Oh my God.
But no, that was fun. It was I enjoyed being a funeral attendee.
Amazing.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Right?
That's great.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
gosh.
Trevor, what was it like for you to play as Kane?
I just, the thing I remember the most, I remember it was like we got on the night shoots, and I think we shot that whole movie in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
17 days or 15.
17 days,
15,
yeah.
15 shooting
15.
days.
And I think I had 7 days on the film, but I remember I was sitting, remember that little man-made lake, and I was floating in this boat, and it was I don't know, probably 3, 4 in the morning, and they're waiting to get this shot, and I'm covered in that blood, and I know that Tessa and Paul, I know you guys know what that blood's like. It's sticky and it's in
Yep.
your hair, and it's anyways,
Everywhere.
and yeah, and someone came up and they said, are you all right? And I just remember saying, man, I am just fine. I'm living my dream right now, and I was completely sincere and genuine. I had no problem. They were worried about me. It'd been a long day, and it was that's what I remember the most is just the pleasure of working. And there was a lot of things that I had to do, and I remember I can't think of her name. Oh,
Tara?
oh, who?
Tara Gerard?
No, it wasn't Tara
Kelsey?
Gerard. It was no, it wasn't one of the Kelseys. It was her name was
Vanessa?
it Vivian? Vanessa. I remember
Yes.
we had to do a scene where
Viola.
we raped her and killed her
Yes.
against that tree. And I remember that being one of the more difficult things I ever had to do, believe it or not. It was just a very strange thing, but she was really talented. And I remember in the midst of, you know, doing this horrible thing, or, and just I remember being struck by her performance, believe it or not.
She
So
was
those are
very
a
good.
couple. She was very good, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely
So
agree
yeah,
with
those are
that.
a couple things that pop into my mind when I think about Lake Dead, and I remember how much I liked uh, Jim Burns, watching him work. He played the sheriff.
Oh, yep.
He
Yeah,
was
he did
just
a good
fun,
job too. Yeah,
man.
he
He
did
was,
a good job.
yeah,
You may
He's been
recognize
around a
him
while.
from
He's done a lot of
Viagra
stuff too.
commercials.
He is
yeah.
the
He
Viagra guy.
he had a really he was in a Viagra commercial, wasn't he?
He was.
He had a
That's
mustache.
right. I keep waiting for my turn. When am I get to do the hands? I haven't.
You're not old
Wanna
enough to
hold
do the
hands in
Viagra
a
commercials
bathtub?
yet.
Yeah, that's right. I'm only 29, right?
That's right.
I'm 29. Um, yeah.
Oh shucks.
God, I mean, I could talk about Lake Dead forever, but I want to do Lake Dead too. Let's get on this.
I know that would be awesome. There was interest, but then there was a legal team that looked into it because the rights should have gone back to me, and apparently they might have, but the lawyers were just they're like I wouldn't touch it. It looks like it could end up being a mess.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh man.
So crazy.
Speaking of which, Daniel, were there any scenes that you wrote in the movie that had to actually be cut from
Oh
the?
yeah,
Yeah.
we went through about 8 drafts. And that script had been optioned by another production company before Alliance, and I think total rewrites. I did about 32 on that thing.
Oh,
But yeah, like
Wow.
originally you guys were talking, and kind of thinking all the heinous things you were doing were funny, and then there was a couple characters in there, more doomed teenagers and stuff like that. A lot of those got cut out. There's two actually main characters that got cut out. And then other than that, it was like, hey, we're on a budget, so you think instead of burning the house down, you could just stab him in the face or something? So there was that kind of stuff.
right.
Yeah. And then what was something big that got cut out? Mostly it was the rednecks talking and making jokes about killing people and raping them.
They're always cutting my lines.
Right?
Always cutting my lines.
Maybe that's why they didn't want you to talk at all.
Oh, yeah. When you guys killed Vanessa in the original draft, you tied her to a tree and you were taking turns throwing hatchets in her face.
Wow. What a creepy idea.
And then, yeah, you ran a train on her headless corpse.
Oh, my God. Well, why would
So, yeah, that got cut.
I can see why.
Yeah, that might not. What kind of rating do you get for that kind of behavior?
Exceptional.
That must be like X-rated.
I would think so.
Maybe. Yeah, that's some juicy stuff, I guess.
It's romance.
Exactly. It's love at first.
Chop, as he
chop.
said.
That's right. Love at first chop.
Love at first.
But yeah, that movie was probably the greatest experience of my life. In the industry, that was just amazing. The movie was fun, and I don't know about you guys, but I know I can speak for Ryan that we had a blast. I think we just hung out on set and talked to everybody, and everybody was just so cool, and it was a fun experience, and it was my first time shooting a movie that I wrote, and it was just a blast. And then watching it on the big screen, that was amazeballs for me.
Especially
yeah,
now.
I'd back all that up. It was a very good experience. Very good experience.
Yeah,
I didn't get to go on that boat though.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that was
Mike's
cold,
in jail
huh?
now. He never invited me on that boat.
Oh, the rap party?
Hey, you guys had a big boat party with all them beautiful girls, Kelsey and Vanessa and who else
I'm
was
not
in?
gonna say who brought it, but someone brought a large bag of magic mushrooms.
Oh my God.
And there was a point where
That's
everybody
illegal.
was in the
That is
water,
illegal.
and the boat was running, but nobody was on it.
Wow.
Interesting.
Figuratively and literally.
Speaking of having fun, Trevor, did you enjoy?
What was your favorite kill that you enjoyed performing?
Yeah.
God, I got to think about that because I don't really know that I got that many kills. I killed Vanessa against the tree, and then Jim Devotee, right? Was it Jim? Jim Devotee.
Yeah.
You also got
He
Samantha.
got me in the bathroom, right?
Yes, he did with the chair.
Yes.
And he takes a piece out of me, and then you don't really know because it gets a little confusing in there. But basically, are we allowed to have spoilers here? Is this spoiler alert? Put your earmuffs on if you don't want the movie to be spoiled. But basically, it looks like I die there, but really I come back at the end, and I come around the tree, right?
Yes.
See, I knew it was him.
I
knew it.
I don't know if I have it. Yeah, there was.
Well,
the
you have
title
to
of Blade
remember
did too. Was Rage of Kane.
Yeah, the Raise of Kane. But you have to remember that when you're trying to figure out which one of us is which, Christian or myself, just I'm the better looking one.
I came to the conclusion that's how you told them apart. To be honest, I was just like, okay, this definitely gotta be Trevor. And then
I'm like, look at the statuesque figure here.
Yeah. Well, you know what was the deal? Dan, do you remember? Remember they didn't make those masks actually. they weren't actually fitted to our face. I don't know if those masks that we wore, they were latex masks and they glued them on. I don't know that they weren't the Geico caveman masks.
Maybe.
I think they might have. They just kind of just stretched them on. But yeah,
That's funny. Oh, Ryan, you were a Geico caveman in Florida, weren't you?
Yeah, Epcot.
So we wore the same mask.
The woolly mammoth. But it was weird for me. Like they dressed me up in real furs, and then they just spray painted the hell out of my face. But there wasn't any. There wasn't a mask. It was just all heavy makeup. But they had real furs. That was the thing. They were genuinely real furs.
Did you get sick after wearing that real fur?
No, I didn't, because that's those are blankets in my world.
Yeah, well, they can be, that stuff can be really rough. It sits around in those costume houses forever, and it's full of dander. And
yeah, I didn't get sick. I was a little stuffy.
There you go. That's it. How you know?
Were those masks uncomfortable?
What mask is any
I
comfortable?
haven't thought twice about it since I did it, but yeah, I think they were, it wasn't really, well, you know what was difficult about it is the coming off your face, because they glued them on.
No shit.
And so they would have to, yeah. And but that was
Brazilian girl
like
was the makeup.
I'd do it again tomorrow.
Very cool. I hope that it'd be cool to work with you again very soon.
Well, let's get George Basuto on the line.
Let's
get this thing going. It's funny because I haven't seen George, or remember his friend Jesse?
Yeah.
Jesse was on set the whole time too. He was like the first AD?
Something like that. I forgot what he did, and I know he was in charge of the behind the scenes stuff too.
Right. And those guys are great. I haven't seen them in years, but we kept in contact forever. But I have actually a good friend of mine ended up marrying a friend, a working partner of the two of them. So they're still going. They're still doing stuff. And yeah.
Yes.
We're all still
I know he does all the commercials for like DirecTV or something like that. And I think he's got something going with like Amy Smart is in it. I don't know. Something like that.
Those guys are doing great, man. Everybody's still at it.
All right.
I love it.
All right, Daniel. We got the this is unfortunately the last Wake Dead question that I had to think of. Otherwise, Daniel, Ryan, if you guys knew anything more that I didn't add that you guys would like to share after, that's fine with me. So the last question for Wake Dead right now is,
what was the idea of the sequel to Lake Dead, but it was never written or never filmed? It was written but never filmed.
So it takes place like 2 years later, and a church purchases the campground, the property, to turn it into a church retreat, and they take a bus full of like naughty church kids up, and Kane is got doomed teenager number 2 like trapped in a cave, like being held prisoner for some reason. And so Kane kind of takes it out on the church retreat, and then Ryan escapes and kind of helps get the church kids off the dead property, the lake property. Yes.
this already sounds interesting
This
already.
needs to
This needs to happen.
This needs to happen.
This definitely needs to happen. I would.
But yeah, I was hoping Kane would be the, go into part, Trevor or Kane in space, part 10.
Kane takes Manhattan. Hey, listen, I've got an iPhone 10. Can we shoot this on an iPhone 10?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Turn it into a found footage then.
Yeah, there you go.
Paul and Tessa, can you guys play naughty church children?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we can do that.
There were a lot of sex scenes in part 2. There was a lot more sex scenes in part 1. That kind of got cut too.
Yeah, probably because we didn't want to make it look like a porno or something. I don't know. That would be the way I would look at it.
There was the one good sex scene in Lake Dead with Alex Quinn and Malia.
Malia.
Yes.
Is
I
that the
sat
one?
next to her
Is that the
at
one
of
that's in the
screenings.
beginning in the bed, or
No,
is that the
she's
one in the
that,
forest?
The one that gets the pickaxe through her face.
Oh yeah, that one.
That was a healthy slaying.
I believe we saw a bare breast in that scene.
Yeah.
Oh, there was she bore all.
Yep.
She was a pretty girl too, or she probably is a pretty girl still. I haven't seen her in years.
I saw her in Entourage the last season. She did an episode in there.
Oh, they've all
From
moved on to
from
bigger.
what I saw, she's blonde now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So how much editing do you have to do in something like this to make us sound interesting?
Make it sound interesting.
You guys already sound interesting.
You guys are already doing fine.
You guys are doing great. Just be yourselves.
So we let this roll for an hour, and you guys cut this down to what, 3 or 4 minutes?
No. The longest interview we've ever had was what, 3
hours and 20 minutes.
3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a pee break then.
Just take the phone with you. It'll be a good sound effect.
Oh, you guys have cordless phones?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a cordless phone. I got a belt around my neck. I'm about to go in the bathroom and do the autoerotic asphyxiation.
You're gonna
While
go
on the
and the
phone.
wizard?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
While listening to NXS.
Was there anything else that we didn't ask you guys that you knew about with Wake Dead that you guys would like to add, or do you think that we kind of...
One of the things I thought was super cool was we shot it at Sable Ranch, which since burned down in a huge fire.
Oh, no.
But they shot they had just shot Devil's Rejects in the house, so it was the same house as Devil's Rejects. The motel was the same motel they used for Motel Hell. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember.
Yeah, and I think four of the Friday the 13th movies were shot there. So it was just cool walking around and knowing, like, oh yeah, this is where it's notorious for having horror movies shot there. So that was just really cool.
That is, yeah. That's like,
I didn't know that it had burnt down.
Yeah. The whole place, it burnt to the ground.
Oh my God.
Heartbreaking.
It is.
Yeah.
Hope that lake's still there.
That handmade man?
Boiled.
That lake was pretty funny. I remember, like, you could even see actually in the film at some point that it was, because it was concrete, right?
I think so, with moss all around it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Go back there tonight if we could shoot it.
Hell yeah.
Good times.
It's always good times.
Oh, I got something. How did you guys come up with the idea to put, oh God, what was her name? Was it Tara?
In the beginning?
In the lake, yeah. Like, that kill in the room, wow.
Oh,
that was fun.
That was pretty interesting. I'm sitting there.
Sam, yeah.
Yeah, Sam. I was sitting there and I was like, whoa.
That was interesting.
Yeah, and then they put her in the boat and took her out and cement blocked her feet and in the lake.
Or they first tied the legs down.
They taped the legs down and put the spike through her ankles. Yep. Yeah, and then put hammered it through, and then put the metal pipe thing through to chain her feet, so she would like.
We didn't use makeup for that. We actually did that.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Are you stating this on the record?
Yeah,
she's still there.
No one's seen Tara since.
No.
And it's not that deep of a lake. Just nobody's looked.
You know, wasn't there a really good shot of that? Of her like floating from underneath her?
I think so. They tried to go for the homage to Jaws kind of shot.
Right.
There's some reason that they couldn't use it. I forgot what happened.
That was amazing. I remember, and that was early on, and then we never saw it again. But that was
Yeah.
such a cool shot. You don't know why.
I don't. I remember that was like a topic of discussion though, because they really wanted to use it, and there was a reason that it couldn't be used. And I want to say that part of it had to be was something about the technical aspects of the footage, because that was shot on digital, whereas the whole movie was shot on 35 millimeter film. And I don't know all how that works out, but I do believe it had something to do with just the format it was shot on.
Wow. That's right. We shot that thing on 35.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
must be
we
the last
got to
movie
do
that was
that.
ever shot on 35.
They shot Farmhouse on 35 as well. So that was cool. And I remember it was they shot on 35. You know a fun fact, Mario Lopez was about to sign the contract to have Jim Devote's role. And so he was going to be in it, and then George said, it's almost the exact cost to shoot on film, so why can't we get somebody else? We don't need Mario Lopez to sell this movie. And he pitched it and got it, and so instead of shooting on digital, we got 35 millimeter, but we had to do away with Mario Lopez. But
wow.
Jim Devote rocked it. He was good.
Yes, he did.
Well, I know they had that scene when Tara was underwater where I thought it was pretty neat where what's his face? Was it Alex that had to go down to get his wallet even though the lake was burning his eyes? I thought that scene when he was coming down into the water to look for the wallet and Samantha's like
Yes.
right there in front of him and it's just like how do you not feel or something
Yes.
like it's just like oh man that was a really good camera angle as well.
That was fun.
That
Yeah, I
was
just thought it would be creepy, They're
The
they're
DP on the
swimming
movie
and
was solid too. We had Curtis Peterson in charge of that.
yes, he's done a ton of stuff. He did he did the first Rambo movie, First Blood.
Huh.
Yeah, if you IMDb him, I think he's done like 200 movies or so.
That's
We're talking about the DP.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he did everything.
Death Wish Part 5.
Yeah. He'd been just because I talked to him. He'd just been up in Canada shooting something big too. I think before Lake Dead.
Yeah, he had offices in Canada and LA.
Right.
I want to say maybe he was Canadian or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah.
He's a good Canuck.
They're all good Canucks.
They are. Dan Woods is awesome too.
Are you still working with Dan?
No, I don't, but we still keep in contact, and no, he's unfortunately his wife just recently passed from cancer, and he'd been taking care of her, and he's back up in Canada. He's doing another show, I do believe, but yeah, he's awesome guy. I worked for him for I think 13, 14 years. I have nothing bad to say about him. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty cool on set.
He was the principal.
Yeah.
On the TV show Degrassi Junior High.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, I don't know if everybody realizes, but that I kind of am the only Canadian I think that missed the whole Degrassi. I mean, every Canadian.
Are you Canadian too?
Yeah. Well, I grew up. Yeah, on the border. So my mom's Canadian, my dad was from Minnesota, so I'm dual citizen, and so it was
very
easy
cool
for me to come. Yeah, but I have kind of a 2 passport situation there.
Yeah, we have another.
Nice.
Ryan and I have a friend, Jamie Roy, that has that too. He goes up to Canada for surgery or something about the health system.
Oh, does he? Yeah, I've never
he gets
done that,
both.
But I
you probably do too.
You have to live for a certain amount of time in Canada to be able to qualify. I think it's like 6 months or 7 months, maybe. So, yeah. Anyways.
All right. Ryan, I know you just said you publish books and stuff. So, what have you done for book wise, and which book that you have published do you think is your best work?
The last one that came out was called Right-Handed Lefty, and you like to think you get better as you write more. So I would have to say Right-Handed Lefty is the best book. And that's not written under a pen name. That's more of a coming of age kind of, a la Stand By Me, Outsiders kind of feel. Um, and it's set in Wisconsin, so there's a lot of aspects that are near and dear to my heart. Um, and then but the first novel I had come out was called The Landlord, and I'm actually working on that screenplay adaptation right now.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, and I think it's going to end up pretty good. But that was the book was written under a pen name because I do a pen name for everything that's horror or dark tales, and then have some like young adult stuff that's under Ryan Coughlin. And then recently published a short under William Press called Off the Rails, and it's short, but I love it. And
I
it's
agree. I
it was,
liked it.
you did? Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
did.
'Cause it really doesn't matter what I think about it. Our work is interpreted and enjoyed by people, so it only matters what people think, really. And working on another book, another William Press novel called Haunting Me. I'm trying to get it done maybe in the next year, something like that. But
Well,
you just got to keep going.
you'll see my name on one of the purchases one day.
Cool. Yeah, it'll be out there. But yeah, I would go with Right-Handed Lefty, just because of everything I put into it, and it's close. But you move on and you learn lessons and try to get better.
I agree.
Your short story, Through the Eyes of a Deceased Conductor, was fun too. Nightmarish.
That's what was Off the Rails. It was renamed.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I gotta say, I really like that the title, Right-Handed Lefty. That popped out as soon as you said that. I was like, what a cool concept. Does it
Yeah.
play into
Oh, the
the?
concept is definitely good.
I'll
Yeah.
check it out. I'll check it out, brother. I will check it out. I actually wrote a song called "Off the Rails." It didn't make my album, but it ended up being called "Hellbound to Do."
How bound to do.
There's a lot of off the rails references in that.
That's awesome.
You gotta check
Yeah.
that out.
Daniel, you've also published some books as well, which you um, gave me a couple when you sent back the Wake Dead that you guys signed for us. And I'm trying to remember. One is the TED Score one, and I'm trying to remember what the other one was. I can't even see my books right now, so
I
otherwise
think
I
it's
would.
called Craven's Red.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and I just finished my new book, Satanic Panic.
Oh, and what can you say is going on in this book there?
It's about three best friends. One of them is a female, and they've been friends, grew up in a small town for life, and then now they're off in college at the University of Wisconsin Oshkosh, and they want to experiment sexually with a threesome. So it starts there. It starts with an innocent
I'm
sexual
hooked.
experience that spirals into deviance, all the while they pop up on the radar of a satanic cult. So it's pretty intense. I might change the title, but I like Satanic Panic for right now.
Yeah, I like that
But
one.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
like it.
I like it.
it's just when you think about how things go wrong, it usually starts out with something fairly innocent, just a little, almost like addiction starts with one little line of coke and spirals into hell to where
Yes.
you hit rock bottom. So it's
I
just
like
kind
how
of
your gateway is cocaine.
fair enough.
Get cocaine, the gateway truck.
Start at the top, baby.
Oh, jeez.
No, for the record, I do not have a cocaine problem that you know of. Oh, the
Oh
90s.
man. So Trevor, you just mentioned about your album as well. You
Trevor, you create music in your free time during during the free time in your life, what kind of music and where can we find your tunes?
Well, my stuff is, well, I've been out here trying to be an actor. I mean, I graduated from my acting program in '98 and went to Minneapolis, and I was there for 3 years before I came out. So I've been working as a professional actor for 20 years, and it's not easy. And but the whole time I've been doing that, my grandma bought me a guitar when I was a younger man, and I'd been writing these songs for years and years and years and years. And as a matter of fact, in my college theater program, two of my really close friends in college were pretty, I consider, gifted songwriters, and we kind of all just bounced these songs around. Pardon me, not two, three of my friends. So music was always kind of part of everything we did. If we were drinking, we were writing songs and making each other, cutting each other up, and then I kept going with it. My other buddy Joe Robinson, he's got a really great band called Pacific Radio. He kept going with it. He's got an album out, and I as an actor, I think the one thing that I would impress on anybody that looking to get into the business, it can be pretty lonely. It's a lot of the roles that I play are supporting roles, and they're moving someone else's story forward, and I'm fine with that. But within that, you could be kind of confined to creativity. So I kind of just sat back, I don't know, about 3 years ago and said, I've got to do something for myself. So I made this record, and it was a long process because I made a record, and it sounded great. It just wasn't my thing. I couldn't relate to it. So I ended up kind of shelving that, and got all the musicians together that played on it, and we just kind of sat down in a room and made this, a real band album. And it's just four guys sitting around playing, and it's available now. Actually, I had vinyl printed, so I've got a bunch of records here, and I've got a website, therollaways.com. You can check that out, and you can't actually purchase the albums yet because I'm a little bit of a Luddite, and I'm trying to figure out how to get all this computer stuff going. But it's there, rollaways.com, and I would say in the next week you'll be able to purchase the record there. And it's to answer your question, I think you said what kind of style of music. It's Americana, country, but it's really 70s. It sounds like the record could have been made in the 70s. I've got an affinity for when I was born. I like the 70s.
Very nice.
I like it.
Great rock and roll came out in the 70s.
I believe so.
Hell
yeah.
Yes.
Hell
I'll
yes.
check that out, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah, please do. And you know what, man? I'm going to check out all these books. I took notes. I got them all written down here.
Oh, yes. Look,
I like the working title for Satanic Panic. It grabbed me right off the bat. Just almost the same as Right-Handed Lefty did.
Yeah, see, you're doing a good job.
I might have to steal that, Ryan, actually, and write a song called Right-Handed Lefty. You have my permission. I like that. I don't know how I'm going to make Satanic Panic work, but I'll probably steal that too.
Do it. Please do.
Metal song.
Satanic Panic.
Oh,
I see a song about a deranged clown at Chuck E. Cheese.
There you go.
Initiating a food fight.
Oh boy.
But hey, I forgot. I got to plug my, if you go to www.danielpcoughlin.com, you'll check out all my work, and it's available at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, some bookstores, I don't know where, but buy my stuff.
Buy my record.
You buy my record.
There you go. Support these assholes.
Take a piss in your Easter basket.
Support these gentlemen, even though they can be quite persuasive with their words, I guess.
Manipulative.
The power of persuasion.
That's right.
Okay, Brian and Daniel. So this is for you guys. Just because I figured since you guys are going to be back, it would be nice to maybe see what's going on with it as well. So your next question involved Ditch Day.
Ryan and Daniel, any plans to move Ditch Day forward like come back with a sequel?
We wrote a sequel. There's talk. There's some things that we're not allowed to talk about right now.
That's
So
fine.
hopefully,
So there is
hopefully
hope.
there is hope. There's hope.
Yay! That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Because
Yes.
I also know, I don't know if there's anything you can say about this either, but is there any plans for Ditch Day for like DVDs or anything, or is it
It's
just
out on DVD. In fact, uh, I just I there you can buy used copies on Amazon, but there's some kind of old-fashioned or old-school distribution deal where it's gone. It's in brick and mortar video stores for rentals, but there's a certain period of time where it can only be sold to brick and mortar rental stores. So it's weird. You have to find a
used
like
copy then or something? Yeah.
a used copy, but yeah, they're out there.
Okay.
It is on DVD. It's and the distributor changed the title to just Ditch Days. It's
Okay.
not Ditch Day Massacre for the U.S. DVD.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah, the overseas had the Ditch Day Massacre. U.S. had just regular Ditch Day or something like
yeah.
that.
And then Germany, everywhere else calls it Ditch Day Massacre.
Awesome. All right, we're kind of swaying through the questions now. So what? So this is for everybody. I don't care who, if you guys want to pull for straws again, but the next question is, what are you guys excited for in 2018? Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to? Anything really? Is there anything that kind of?
Ryan and I wrote another
I'd like to win the
script.
lottery.
That would be cool.
I
That would
think
be cool.
that would be cool. First time for everything, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If I win, I'll fly us all to Italy. We'll do this. We'll do this in Florence. We'll do our next interview there.
Nice. They got good red wine over there.
I got red wine here.
Full circle. Full circle.
That's right.
I actually just found some Halloween wine type stuff like a while ago, so I need to get me more of that stuff. It was very delicious.
I like that Francis Ford Coppola, the Coppola wine.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh, he
good.
likes. Yeah,
It's not bad.
they're all good.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah. You
I just don't do the Boone's Farm anymore. I've moved past Boone's Farm and what about Mad Dog 2020?
Yes.
Oh,
God,
good stuff.
you remember the green one? I think it was sour apple.
Sour
the
apple.
flavors. Yeah, the flavors of Mad Dog 2020 were the same as like Hubba Bubba. They had-
Or Jolly Ranchers.
yes. Oh God, that stuff was awful.
that
Drink it now,
already sounds.
you'll have a bleeding ulcer before you get to the bottom of the bottle.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, you can only drink that when you're young and your body's not quite dead yet.
Yeah. Mad Dog 2020, Boone's Farm, and Mickey's.
Yeah,
Oh,
the classics.
well, you guys are around. I forget what town it's in California, but it's called the Vampire Wine.
The
You got-
what?
Vampire Wine. It's around your area in California.
Huh. Okay, yeah, probably Temecula.
Yeah, well, I must say I'm a big fan of their wine. I usually used to order from them and stuff a long time ago, and then at some point in time they decided that they weren't gonna allow their wine to be shipped to my state anymore. So I'm like, what? And then they ended up going through some other change or something, and now I can re-get my vampire wine, thank God. But they completely like took out all the old deals that I used to like. So
That's
it-
just rude.
For shame.
Here's the
It
thing
ain't
I
right.
just don't
It ain't
get.
right.
Well, here's the thing that I didn't get. I emailed them, and I was just like, "Hey, can you tell me why, for some reason, your wine can't be shipped to Vermont?" You know what their response was? They sent me a hat. I don't know what that's supposed to tell me, but yeah, they sent me a hat, not once but twice.
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt. The T-shirt's gonna say, "I can't get my wine, and I can't get your wine in my state, and all I got was a stupid hat. I got to go back to the drawing board on that joke.
I asked for wine and instead I got a hat. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Any so have you guys ever thought of attending a horror festival?
Oh yeah, I went to New York City horror film festival this year. That was awesome.
Is that where Ted Score got
Yeah, the
nominated or won?
screenplay. It was
Yeah.
nominated. I won a
Nice.
couple of film festivals with that screenplay.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember you posting that up, and I was just like, "Oh, good for you." I was just like, I still
Yeah,
have yet to read the book itself, though, because I've just been darn busy with other stuff, and it's just like, one of these days I'm gonna get to it.
fair enough.
Dan, what,
I
what,
would
what was the one
appreciate
that
it, buddy.
we went to a few times?
Oh, Fangoria? Fangoria?
Fangoria. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fangoria is
rocks.
coming back. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, they put on an awesome film fest / horror weekend in LA, which is just amazeballs.
I was more excited when I heard they were coming back in print form. I was just like, finally.
Oh yes, the magazine.
Yes, the
It's
magazine.
one of the greatest magazines ever.
Hell yes.
Horror Hound is pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I love Horror Hound because I can look at all the. They have that thing for putting all the old DVD covers for all the cool horror movies.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay. I guess
I like the old artwork.
I guess I like Fangoria more because I've heard, that's how I heard about some of the weirdest films I've ever seen or own now. Like, example, have you guys ever heard of the French film called Martyrs?
Yes.
Oh my
Who hasn't?
God. Yeah.
That thing's the American version came out. It's not
we
not
don't
bad, but
we
it's not
don't we
great.
don't even talk about the U.S. version. No. I
Fair
watched
enough.
that. I watched that and I said this is like a disgrace. Like,
Yeah, that was pretty killer. Yeah, that and Insides.
yes, that was also a really good one.
What can we expect from you guys in the future?
And this is the last question, by the way,
The
that we got.
the lucky 13.
The Lucky 13.
A lot. We're never-ending, storytellers, and Dan is by far the most prolific as far as just being a content machine. But just I can speak for myself here, and I know Dan and Trevor. We love what we do, and we have more fun second per second doing these things that we're passionate about than anything else, and. Each one of these products on the shelf gives you a little bit more momentum for the next one, and just love coming up with good stuff that strikes a chord with people, and the stories are boiling. There's a bunch of stuff that's in the hopper right now, and there'll be a lot of content, both movies and books, and who knows what else. Music for Trevor.
There's no quitting us. It looks like we're
Hell
all
no.
still at it.
Oh, Trevor, Ryan and I wrote a script called The Sickening. That's it's probably going to happen in the next year or so. We should work on that together. It would be fun. It's a vigilante revenge flick.
Oh, very cool. I would. You guys got to keep me in mind, and I feel that we've all kind of kept each other, in each other's minds, and that it's great to hear that you guys are still thinking about me. And I would definitely, you guys, do you guys ever need to get actors together and just read some of your scripts out just so you can hear them? Give me a call, man. I can get stuff together in a heartbeat.
I would totally do that. I could use that's like one of the best ways to do a revision.
Oh,
to have a bunch of actors go through a reading, so you can just kind of hear it out loud as opposed to in your head.
Exactly.
Just give me a call, man. I'll get that together. As a matter of fact, I'm working on this thing right now. I'm actually I should have mentioned it. I'm really excited about this. It's a film called Cannonball. I'm shooting with An actress by the name of Scotty Thompson. She's done a bunch of work. Super, super beautiful woman. And she went to school with this filmmaker named Sean Fredericks. And I'd never met him before. And he contacted me out of the blue to play this hitman in this film. So I'm going to be doing that. And that'll be something to look forward on the film festival circuit in the next year. But I doing something like playing a vigilante, like you said, or a hitman. I'm going to go back and watch Death Wish right now, actually. And then what was the? Go ahead.
The new one or the old one?
I want to watch the old one, but I'll probably check out the new one too.
It was badass. I liked it.
Did you like it?
I did. Bruce Willis rocked that shit.
What? Come on, Bruce Willis rocks everything.
He does.
Bruce Willis, dude.
That guy's a very good actor, and I kind of agree. He does rock everything he does.
Was there another Hitman movie called The Machinist or something like that?
There was a Christian Bale movie, but it wasn't a Hitman.
He wasn't.
Or no, yeah, Jason Statham.
No.
Right? No, that was the mechanic.
That was the mechanic. Is there another one called? Was there a Charles Bronson movie where he was a hitman?
Probably, but I don't remember what it was called.
Anyway,
he played the same role in
about
every single movie, and it was great every time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, man, I gotta say, this has been great, and I get down. Dan, you're in Orange County still?
Yeah, I love it down here, dude.
Well, Ryan, you're in San Diego.
Yeah, hey, I'll come up there and see you just to hang out and because we had a good connection.
I would love that, man.
Drink a beer,
I would love that.
Whatever, and you're always welcome down here. I live in Rancho, Santa Margarita, and we just bought a pretty chill house. We love it. My backyard is the ultimate man cave kind of thing.
All right, I can get into that.
Yeah, I got a grilling island, a bar, refrigerator, a fire pit, a hot tub.
Oh,
chill.
Damn.
Got a TV with stuff out there.
Well, I get down to San Diego quite a bit too because I'm a huge baseball fan. So Petco Park is about the best.
let's link up. Let's do that.
Are you a Padres fan?
Well, no, I'm not a
Minnesota
Padres.
Twins.
Oh, I grew up a Twins fan, but I also like the Expos, so I follow the Nationals because the Expos moved to Washington. So yeah, I just love baseball. So, but Petco Park is the best place in the world to go watch it. I don't know if I love baseball or hot dogs and beer more, but they do go hand in hand.
They do. We should all go to a baseball game. That'd be cool. A cool meetup spot.
Let's do that. We'll get on the East Coast. We'll have Paul and you guys can take us out to Tessa can take us out to an East Coast ball game.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right.
The only East Coast ball game you will be going to is either New York or Massachusetts.
We could do either.
Okay.
I'll go to either one. Actually, I just had a friend move because his girlfriend got a job at Harvard, so we're gonna probably go see a Red Sox game this year. So
there you go.
We'll be out there maybe.
Yeah, Fenway Park is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I haven't been, but I hear.
Stephen King has season tickets. He sits right behind the home plate.
Are you connected with him at all in the course of your career?
I wish. No.
Yeah.
I used to work for Wes Craven, which was awesome.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Rest in peace, Wes Craven.
He was awesome.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man.
I would walk into his office pretty much every day and be like, "Hey, you mind signing this?" So I have autographed everything by Wes Craven.
I'm kind of
annoyed him.
I'm jelly. So jelly.
Yeah,
I've heard
that was a loss, but yeah, way cool dude.
Yeah, I've heard he was a really nice dude, and he just from what I understood, he really appreciated and loved his fans and stuff is what I even heard. So
he did. He signed everything. He gave a lot to charity. Just nice to everybody too. You couldn't meet a nicer person.
Oh man, what is the guy's name from People Under the Stairs that is gonna be at the ScareCon that me and Tessa are going to this year? Oh my God.
People, Ving Rhames or the dude that the
crazy
bad guy?
The crazy guy.
He was the priest in Silver Bullet, the werewolf movie.
Yep.
I can't think of his name. He was in Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna answer this question right now. Sean Whalen, I think. Whalen. I think that's how you.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. He's in a couple movies that I've seen, like Laid to Rest and People Under the Stairs.
People Under the Stairs is I love that movie. It's very underrated.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Me and Tessa and I are gonna be. I'm gonna be taking Tessa to a Scaricon this year, 2 days after her birthday. We're gonna be meeting quite a lot of people, and they still got.
Doug Bradley,
Yep, Doug Bradley's one of them.
Elvira.
Pinhead.
Yep,
Oh,
we're gonna be meeting Elvira. We'll be meeting Felissa Rose. She's known for like Satan's Playground, um, Sleepaway Camp, the
Oh,
Silent.
okay.
Yeah, the Silent Night, Zombie Night, and the Perfect House. We also got Jason Lively, who is known for Night of the Creeps, Ghost
Oh,
Days.
Was Jason Lively? He was the redheaded dude.
The one with the shotgun.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh,
Um,
okay. I know who you're talking about.
also,
He's in tons of stuff.
also Tom Savini.
Yep, Tom Savini.
He's a legend.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He recently just got announced that he'll be there.
Rick Dean Logan, who is one of the victims in Nightmare on Elm Street.
He's also known as one of the
Where
characters in
Freddy's
Buffy
dead.
the Vampire Slayer and Back to the Future 2 and 3.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's a pretty
we
good
got a lot
lineup.
of. We'll even be meeting one of Jason Voorhees' victims, Amy Steele from Part 2.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be taking place in June in Massachusetts. So that's why I was saying if you guys were ever interested in doing like uh, horror fest, that you guys should wink wink, see if you can get invited. Wink wink.
I will wink that wink.
I'm gonna start waking right now.
Wink.
I'm still waiting for that. Yeah, I want to get on that payola when I start doing the Kane Lake circuit. So why don't you guys, get your books famous, and so everybody goes back and backlogs, and
I'm
Working on it.
we get a Lake
Working
Dead
on it.
reawakening.
There you go.
I like it.
All right,
The Rage of Cain.
the Rage of Kane, I like it.
That would
It's
actually
okay.
be pretty good.
A couple more years, it ain't gonna be much of a rage. It's gonna be an old man walking around with a walker in the forest, an axe.
But a
He's
wise
still going
one.
for that revenge. He's still going for that revenge. He's been planning
That's
this
right.
all his life, getting back at him.
That's right.
There's victims to be had.
Exactly.
The amnesia of Kane.
There you go. Yeah. So I think that about wraps up this interview thing. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. Trevor, welcome to the first time, like I said before, to the horror couple of us. And Daniel and Ryan, it's always a pleasure to have you both. It's always fun to talk with you guys, especially poking the voices inside each and everybody's heads. Mainly Dan.
Yeah, we definitely like to converse with the voices inside your heads.
Hey, you guys are pretty awesome too, and thanks for the opportunity. I love your show, and it's just awesome to be a guest.
Oh,
and
thank you.
well,
That
we
means a lot to
appreciate
us.
you guys being a guest as well, because you guys are awesome people too.
Yeah,
And-
you guys, thanks so much for including me. I hope I didn't step on too many lines, but
No.
I had a great time.
I'm glad.
We're glad
It was
you
good,
had a
clean
good time. Yeah.
It was. And I'm glad you guys could actually catch up too, because I mean, I know me and Tessa kind of just were listening to you guys ramble on, but I mean,
It's just really great.
it was real good that you guys were catching up and stuff. I didn't want to intrude, so that's why I was just like, okay, I'll just let them talk. So I didn't want to be like that asshole and be like, hey guys, I mean, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm not that type of asshole.
We appreciate that. I need to be reeled in sometimes. I don't know how I land on topics. half the time.
Yeah, I'm crazy like every other actor.
Aren't we all crazy somehow? But we gotta survive somehow.
Well, we got dates for baseball games and horror fest, so I'll look forward to seeing you all soon. And
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll get up there in the next couple weeks or next couple months, Trevor.
just give me a shout, man. I don't know if you still have my number. You probably do.
I have your number.
Yeah.
As long as it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I'll send you a text when we're done here, so I can.
It was
confirm.
a really good year. It was a great year. You'll know it. So
Yeah.
send me a text.
Yeah, and let us know what you think of the pictures that I sent you, Trevor.
Oh, thank you so much, Tess. I will. I'll look forward to getting them. I'll find a special place for them.
Aww. And you guys.
No, I mean this is great. I really appreciate all this. So
no, well, I forget who it was. Oh, it was another guy that we interviewed. His name is Jed Bryan. He was the writer and director of a film called Unlisted Owner. And after we got done with the interview, he was telling me I'm not used to this, and he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We're still talking even after the interview," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, I usually just do a phone interview, and then that's it, and then they hang up." And I'm like, "Oh, what assholes!"
And he liked our picture too. He thought it was really awesome how we met and everything, and I think he gave you the whole spiel too, like Bill Oberst
Jr. did.
Yeah, you should tell them about what Bill Oberst Jr. said to you.
Well, first of all, Daniel and Ryan, so we ended up getting in contact with Bill, and we actually did an interview with him, and we told the story that we told you guys before, and now Trevor, about how me and Tessa met. And I shit you not, Bill goes, Pop, I'm going to tell you this right now.
You're in your 30s.
You're in your 30s. Just go outside.
This is the time in everybody's life where they have like a midlife crisis. Do not screw up your relationship. Go out and buy a motorcycle. But I repeat, do not screw up your relationship with Tessa.
And then he goes, and if you...
That's good advice.
Good advice.
And then he goes, if you do screw up, I'll be down... He'll be coming after me with the fireman's axe.
He's like, I'll be coming to Vermont, Paul, with my fireman's axe.
From Ditch Day.
Hey, he can't. I got that axe hanging up in my garage.
Well, then he's lying. Well, then maybe.
No, he'll come with another one.
We had 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
He just got cast. He's starring in Rob Zombie's sequel to Devil's Rejects.
What? Really?
We're filming it right now. Yeah, he's starring in it. And it's called 3 from Hell.
I did hear that it's called 3 from Hell. I did not hear that Bill was casted in it.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the stars.
Damn it! And I've been trying to avoid Rob Zombie's films.
So pretty much like everybody who's ever heard our story and stuff is pretty much giving Paul the rundown. Like, Paul, do not screw up your relationship.
Except for Trevor. Trevor has not given me a rundown yet.
Nope, Trevor hasn't done it yet.
Don't you dare think of it, Trevor.
He's probably going to.
I was going to tell Tessa not to screw it up.
Oh, I won't screw it up. I won't screw it up. Here. I won't screw it up. I know what I have, and I'm grateful for Paul and I and our creepy yet wonderful relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Paul, just remember that a gag ball only hurts for a little while.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
There we go back to the gag ball.
Do we need the lotion too?
It puts the lotion on its skin and gets the hose again.
Tessa, when you grab hold of those anal beads, just give them a real good yank. Don't be gentle.
Oh goodness.
All right, well, listen.
You better be good there, mister.
Well then,
I gotta go pick someone up at the airport, for crying out loud. I gotta get going, but I didn't think we'd talk this long. This is incredible.
Well,
yes.
You guys are more than welcome to always call us, text us, whatever. I don't care. Even if we have to start doing like a weekend ritual where we just all chit chat like we're doing right now.
Chit chat and shoot
the shit.
It's all
fun and games, I think.
Fair enough. I'm in. Good stuff.
All right,
guys. Well, you guys have a good evening, and like we always like to say here at the end of our interview,
stay scary.